It is day number 70 of the self-quarantine today here in Los Angeles. I'm going to start by talking about the situation regarding COVID-19 here in Los Angeles. So the number of cases and deaths are still rising. That hasn't changed one bit, but the medical experts and scientists have said that is going to be the continuing trend. So far, there hasn't been any high spikes. That is a good thing, and there's going to continue to do that as long as we take and have these COVID-19 guidelines in place in Los Angeles that is now law to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And so far, that is true. And it hasn't changed the numbers so far since a small percentage of businesses have opened up. And talking about businesses, the Los Angeles County announced earlier today that it started to further reopen more businesses starting today, specifically the stores and malls. Now, mind you, the mall is not open, just the stores inside. But the only way they could be open and can do business is if they have curbside service. And another thing that opened in the beach actually are the bike trails next to the beach. So if you're a beach goer on your bike, you're good to go. And then something else that was also open and allowed actually are car parades, as long as there's not a high amount of crowd in that parade. So I don't know how that works, but I think it's going to be more clear as the days goes by. But that is so far what has been opening up so far here in Los Angeles. So staying here in Los Angeles, there was an actual high-speed chase that took place earlier today around my neighborhood in South Central. And this is what happened. So these two individuals, this man and woman, stole a vehicle, a pickup truck, all the way from Pomona and started being chased by cops and police officers all the way through the 110 freeway until arriving in the South Central area. And this person that was the driver, the man, he was driving like a madman. He was going through 80 miles per hour on streets. He was going on the wrong side of the road. He almost hit cars and pedestrians. He did a crazy pit maneuver where these cops were waiting for them with spikes, and then just barely through just smallest of inches didn't get their tires punctured. And then he went to the 110 freeway and wanted to get off a ramp, but unfortunately he lost control, hit a sign, knocked down the sign, and instead of getting out of the freeway, he stays in the freeway. However, now he's going against the traffic. He's going on the wrong side. And as he's going out, this car comes in, and there was no way to avoid the collision, so they both crashed. And the suspect then gets off the freeway, drives on the wrong side of the road again. Then he goes into a street, and he gets stopped by another car because he's trying to probably help the officers out. But then he maneuvers away to get out. Then the officers were able to punch the tires with spikes. So now one of the tires actually flew away, and now it's only the rim going through the concrete, and it's catching sparks. It then lit on fire, and then they did a last turn into a street where a lot of people live, and then they stopped the car. Both doors open. Both suspects made a run for it, but they were quickly caught. Nowhere to run. All I can say is Los Angeles, even with the coronavirus, it's never a dull moment with a high-speed chase. So moving on from Los Angeles and now talking about the state of California. If you remember from my previous video, I was talking about the unemployment rate here in the United States. Now I just want to focus here in the state of California. So there was a statistic that was brought out earlier today in the local news agencies, and it said that California jobless rate soared in the month of April to 15.5%, higher than any point during the Great Recession. So that means that nearly 2.3 millions of California jobs were lost in that month alone. And that is just a staggering statistic to see. And unfortunately, more jobs are being laid off as we speak because the businesses are not opening up soon enough. And not only that, the other thing that I'm kind of disheartened about is that there hasn't been a study or a statistic or a survey of how many people have been denied or haven't gotten their unemployment benefit insurance or the PUA insurance. Because I'm hearing over millions upon millions of Californians still haven't gotten any money since the beginning of this pandemic. That's already going to be over 10 weeks ago. And that is disheartening. And it's a failure from EDD and the PUA that they're not doing more about it sooner. And they have to do something now because we're going to get to the threshold of 3 months. And a lot of people that don't have jobs for the past weeks are suffering financially. And they're in a crisis and they need help now. So hopefully there will be better news in the next upcoming weeks. In addition, in the state of California, for families who are in a dire financial situation that haven't gotten any economic help, either from the federal government, from the state government, or local government throughout this coronavirus crisis and pandemic, can actually apply today for financial assistance. All they got to do is they got to go to this website, cdss.ca.gov, go to the pandemic EBT site, and it says, due to the coronavirus, children who are eligible for free or reduced price meals at school will get extra food benefits. These food benefits are called the pandemic EBT. These benefits help families in California buy food when schools are closed because of the coronavirus emergency. Families will get up to $365 per eligible child on their card to use on food and groceries. Families with children who get CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or foster care benefits do not need to apply. They're going to get their card arriving during the month of May. They must apply online before June 30th, and since the application is available online today, all they got to do is click on the link, fill the information, and I urge all the families who are in that bad financial situation and have children who are being affected because of the school closures, apply for it. It is much needed assistance that will help you in the long run during this coronavirus pandemic. So that is it for today's video. It's already been over 2 months since I started the LA Corona Diaries, where I've been sharing my experience of living in Los Angeles during the coronavirus pandemic. And I've been sharing it through my eyes of seeing how am I dealing with it and how it's affecting the daily life of Los Angeles as well. All I can say is that I will continue to do these daily diaries, and I will keep myself motivated. I will keep myself in high spirits because I know that I will be able to beat this virus. My family will be able to beat this virus. My friends will be able to beat this virus. And everyone else who is watching this video will be able to beat this virus as well. As long as we come together, as long as we stay strong, as long as we do not give up hope. Remember, it's the light within the darkness that will gives us the strength to keep on fighting. So everyone, stay strong, stay safe.